Kmdt presents Geek Blast. Here are your hosts. Mike.
Described as a creepy-ass cracker.
Dave.
Let me tell you something. I am God.
Toons.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I'm going to be honest. I hate this reality, or whatever you want to call it. I can't stand it any longer. I must get out of here. I must get free.
Losers!
Hey guys, this is David Hayter, and you are listening to KMDT Geek Blast.
Welcome back to KMDT Presents Geek Blast. Tonight we're having a hoedown of a conversation.
Tons of
just a bunch of stuff
television.
we got going on.
Television started.
So we got Jared's gonna be talking about GTA 5. He's gonna give it a full review. Last week we did a little bit about it, but then we had Dave Hayter on, which was pretty fun.
Awesome.
What do you guys think about having him on last week?
I thought that was
right?
awesome.
It's very interesting, lad.
Yes,
He had a,
and we got Stinkfist in the background. Stinkfist, you there?
I'm here. How you guys doing?
Okay.
good, man. Good.
Yeah,
Just making sure you're still alive over there.
The party's
We don't know.
here.
And then you're also going to have a lot of conversation about the development of Xbox and PS4.
A little bit of conversation, not a lot, just a little bit of crap that's been going on already with the.
But the big thing we're going to start talking about is the Agents of Shield, man.
Si, senorita.
That's going to be. It's already come out, and Agents of Shield. It comes out on ABC. I think is the station.
Yes.
It was awesome. I don't know. I watched it all the way through.
I watched it.
Did you guys see it?
Yes,
watched
it has
times.
Gunn from Buffy. Have you guys ever watched it? Oh no, Angel, not Buffy.
Yeah, it's like Gunn. Who's
Angel.
Gunn?
Which I liked. I thought Buffy was cheesy, but I liked Angel. Yeah, I'm guilty. Guilty right there,
Angel
brothers.
I wasn't too fond of
I
that
liked
show.
Angel, man.
I liked all of them shows.
Did you?
Because that's Josh Whedon.
I like Buffy.
Josh
but
Whedon
Angel
also is
wasn't
the
my-
guy that is.
See, I thought
doing this
Angel
show
was
as
less
well.
cheesy. I thought Buffy was more, cheese oriented, while Angel was less provolone. Yeah.
Well,
Did you?
I agree to disagree, but
Dave, you said you saw a bunch of different things. Like you watched it and then watched it again. Like what?
Again and again,
What did you
sir.
see?
I watched it 3 times.
So what kind of spoilers did you get out of it?
Well, not really any spoilers, just tons of background stuff.
Was the gauntlet in the background?
No,
Why?
I don't know. I looked though.
So does it matter then?
No.
Yeah, I'm with Toombs on that.
Not really. What kind of Easter eggs did you see?
There really wasn't that many Easter eggs, but for me, it was just the seeing of all of the background stuff, like that doctor. That doctor's key, and has always been a key character in the Shield comic book.
Oh, see, I did not know that.
And the Asian chick it was also a key player in old school Shield. So, there for me were. As everybody watching was just being introduced to these people, unless you were a comic book reader like me, where you already knew some of these people. Coulson's a fairly new, I wouldn't say fairly new, but somewhat newer character than the Asian chick would be considered. She's more of that, early '80s
Right.
version of Shield.
Do you think this show would actually exist if it wasn't for Coulson gaining popularity through the movies? Do you think that's what triggered the show?
Well, I think what triggered the show, first and foremost, for Marvel, which is extremely smart, they're making all of their movies one cohesive place
Yeah.
in the Marvel universe.
Yeah,
This is basically a
these are all
filler between Avengers 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. It's not. I wouldn't call it a filler because it's gonna introduce you to the not superhero aspect of the Marvel universe, which isn't necessarily
It's a really cool concept.
Is it more like B character type deal? Because it already introduced the super hero / villain, whatever he was, but
Okay, well, and that's.
he was a no-name guy,
I don't know that though, and
I don't know about it.
A friend of mine said that he thought it was he thought it was Luke Cage, and I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
a lot of people did think that, but then they
I
called
don't-
him something else. Yeah, he had a different name.
They didn't call him Luke Cage, and I was like, I don't know, you know. And then to find out that the disease what the guy had was Extremis.
Thing in his arm, right? It was like a
well, that was the
little-
centipede thing, but it was basically Extremis,
Yeah.
just modified.
So at
which
the
was
end, what do you-
basically like a throw to Iron Man 3, which was
Right.
what Iron Man 3 was all about. So that's the thing that Marvel, in my opinion, has always done well.
I'm really interested in who the villain is, like, behind all that.
Well, I'm pretty sure
Who it is.
it has to be Hydra.
Hydra?
Because that is the Cobra to the Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
So that's Agents Cobra?
Now, for those of you who don't know about Hydra, it was introduced in Captain America also, if you watched the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, who was the leader of Hydra? It was Red Skull. No, not Red Skull.
Well, there's been tons of different leaders in that actual group.
In Captain America, it was Red Skull, right?
I didn't see Captain America, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Was it Red Skull?
It was Red Skull in Captain America.
It was the Red
okay.
Skull.
That's what I
Captain
was
America.
thinking.
Okay.
I wasn't positive, though.
I don't think he really ever was, though, in the comics. I'd have to do a little bit of digging on that to find out, but I don't know that he ever was.
Yeah, see, in the movie, they made it out like he was the leader of Hydra, Red Skull.
Well, I mean, for the movie situation, they could have just done that. You know, they do change stuff.
Now, Stinkfist, you said you had a theory. We're interested in hearing what your theory on Coulson is.
All right. Well, everyone's saying that Coulson's back because the original Coulson was a life decoy, right?
Right.
And it's also implied by the Doctor to Myra Hill in the episode that he can never know.
He can never know. He can never know what, though. We're not sure. Here's my theory on this. First of all, who killed Coulson?
Loki.
Who witnessed Coulson's death?
Thor.
Okay. And who is Loki's daughter? Hela, the goddess of death.
That's true.
Okay. Now there is precedent in the comic books for people going. Now she normally doesn't involve herself in the Midgard realm, but she
Very
has done
true.
it. She has done it a few times.
Yes.
And there has been precedent where mortals have come back from her realm, where Thor has asked her to give up a soul and come back.
But always at a price.
Always at a price, and we don't know. But I just find it interesting that Loki's the guy that killed him. Thor was the one that witnessed it, and he felt sort of responsible. And the dialogue that they had in the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. where he goes, Tahiti, it's a magical place. You know? And Hela is also famous for, sometimes when her souls come to her realm, they live in sort of an illusion.
Well, it's Valhalla is what it's supposed to be.
Well, no, Valhalla is where the Valkyries take. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Valhalla is where the Valkyries take souls.
No, yeah, you may be right about that. But
Okay.
no, because we'd have to really look into this because that's a great theory, and I really don't have.
No, it is
I
pretty
thought
cool.
that me and you were going to have a bit of an argument over this whole thing, but
Dave was like, "I'm going to shoot it down."
You really thought about
Yeah,
this.
you
and
did, man.
It's,
That is
you make some pretty good points.
So,
If they do that, that would be awesome. Put it that way.
Yeah, that would be. Cool.
and it's
Also,
interesting that Thor's coming out in November where they might introduce her, the Hela character.
Right.
It would make sense.
Okay, guys, we got a call. Do you want to take it?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. Let's give it a go.
All right, you're on KMTD Geek Blast. What's up?
Hey, guys. I was watching that Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and the character, I think they're going to end up making him, from some rumors I've heard, the Vision.
Yeah, I've heard those rumors too.
I can see them going that. I can see them going that way with that. And he's based off an earlier character called Stillwell. He's real similar to him.
To the Coulson, you mean?
Yeah, he kind of was. He watched over the Avengers in the 80s a lot.
Oh, so he was kind of like the Butler dude?
No, he wasn't the butler. At one point, the government took away the Avengers' ability to even just travel around. They sanctioned them. And at that point, they brought in the Falcon because they had to have a minority character. And they threw Hawkeye out. It happened around, about 82, 83. It was a big storyline for a while.
I was 3 years
That's
old.
interesting.
Yeah, it's another possibility out of like a slew of things that could be going on. You know?
Yeah, all right. Thanks for the call.
I know
there,
in the new Cap movie, they're going to have the Falcon in it along with Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if they're going to actually do the Brubaker story. I hope they do. Don't you think they'd have to introduce him, introduce the Winter Soldier? I mean,
well, he's just going to be Bucky who fell off the train and he's been frozen, and the Russians have used him for an assassin all this time, like pretty much like Brubaker's version.
Yeah, and that's the way I think they have to go, right? I mean, I don't think that they should change that too much.
No, I don't think they'll switch that too much. I just can't figure out how they bring the.
I think we lost them, guys. All right. Well, we seem to be experiencing some technical difficulty right now. No, you've disconnected. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with KMD Geek Blast.
And we're back.
Hey.
Stinkfish, you there?
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. The server might have just crashed again. But all right,
we're having technical difficulties again.
Like me and Dave were talking about. We like to do that to you, once
keep
a week.
Everybody on their toes.
Yeah. Sorry about that, though.
My bad, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, getting back to the S.H.I.E.L.D. thing, I also heard about DC and Fox doing their own little thing on Gotham City PD.
Well, and that's a pretty decent book right there, too.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
But they're also doing a lot of other things, too. I heard that show Green Arrow, which I've never watched and heard was all right. And it's not called Green Arrow. I think it's just
Arrow.
called Arrow.
Yeah, it's just called Arrow. A lot of people that watch it say it's really good.
Yeah, and I like Green Arrow. He's one of the few weird, B characters in DC that I can get on board because he's basically Bruce Wayne just from another city.
Okay.
I think his parents died even the same way, which is just odd.
I think they based.
They're running out of material for the time.
Yeah, I think they actually based him off of Batman.
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know that that's the truth.
We saw it in that documentary.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, does Green Arrow have any kind of powers?
Yeah. No, he's just basically like Hawkeye.
Okay.
He's like Hawkeye version
playboy.
but Hawkeye's not a billionaire playboy dude. He's like a
he's
blue collar arrow dude.
Where does the green come from?
I don't know.
Does anything glow green?
No, not at all.
Money.
But anyway,
money.
To get back to what I was saying, the show I heard this season of the show, they're going to be introducing a lot of younger, DC superheroes, basically like Teen Titans, because I heard that they're going to be trying to produce a live action Teen Titans as well.
Well, that'd be pretty cool.
Well, I mean, so far everything they've done over the last couple of years, cartoon-wise, with the Teen Titans, except for this whole Teen Titans Go thing, which is like super deformed, shrunken head cartoon, which is just very odd, and I can't even get into it.
Isn't that Japanese-ish?
Yeah, well, even the first Teen Titans was very Japanese. It was drawn that way, but that was pretty cool. And then they had that show that I just can't stop raving about, which I hope comes back, Young Justice, which was basically Teen Titans, but without calling it Teen Titans. It was basically like the young version of the Justice League.
Right.
That's always
cool beans.
Fun.
Well, getting back to my theory, Dave, so you don't have a problem with my theory then?
I actually don't. And here's the thing, and like what I was going to say to you before we got cut off before was that, like you're saying, there is precedence, but I don't know. I think I'm going to have to do that research about the whole Valhalla thing with the Valkyries and so on and so forth, because Boulder the Brave, if you don't know who that character is, he was like, he turns out to be one of Thor's brothers. Anyway, he died, obviously. He went to where Hela was. And that's her name, Hela or Hela or whatever.
Yeah, her name is Hela. She's like ruler of the. Hold on one second here.
Of the Norse underworld, right?
Yeah, we've got Omar calling in.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's about that time. Okay.
Yeah.
Omar, how you doing?
Omar.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Omar, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Not bad, not bad.
Good. We were having some tech issues, but now we're good to go.
Yeah, we're good.
It happens every week. We like it that way.
Yeah, we do.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's an imperfect world, man, for imperfect people. So what do you got going on, man? Tell us a little bit about your project.
Crusader.
Well, for sure. But first, I got a question for you guys. Is
Sure.
the Geek Blast anything like a nerdgasm? Or are those two similar things, or trying to figure that out?
It could be misconstrued as that if you'd like. It's basically left to your interpretation.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see. Hey, well, that's cool, man.
much like my comic book, I like to leave a lot of things open to interpretation as well.
Yeah,
But,
the primary goal of the show is to throw so much information at you that you can't think. That's the blast.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts inside.
Nerd coma.
Nerd coma, right? Exactly. Geekasms.
Or we get you to nerd out like that Russian guy did last week.
I'm geeking out right now.
He was so excited.
Yeah, it was great. Did you catch the Dave Hayter interview that we had last week?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you got to catch him.
Did you guys archive your stuff? I take it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
do.
Absolutely, yeah.
Si, senor.
Yeah, you can check that out. But yeah,
Right on, man.
let us know about your book and what you're trying to do and a little bit about background info. Because out of the three of us, or I should say four of us, I'm Dave. I'm the one that really I'm into comics.
Yeah, Dave's
He's the comic guy. I'm more the video game guy. Mike's the movie guy.
And I'm just the guy that yells at everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I grew up in the 80s, so I'm down with all that, man. Video games, comics, Star Wars, you name it. But yeah, so my book, Crusader, it's Cruzader. It's a little bit of a play on words. The main character, his name is Antonio de la Cruz, and he's like a holy hitman, right? He's the right hand black ops man for the Pope in Rome, there at the Vatican, and he doesn't really like the job per se. It was forced down onto him because they revealed to him that his ancestors, going all the way back to the Crusades, hence the play on words, back to the Knights Templar, had everybody in his family, his forefathers, great-grandfathers, grandpa, dad, all the way down to him, served this duty for the church. And he was a priest at the time that they told him all this, and they made him give up his priest duty so that he can go be an ass kicker for the church. And he's not really down with it, but he does it anyway, right? He kind of slogs through his duty, and, he never really wanted to go out and do all the violent things that he has to do. Because you name it, man, chupacabras, vampires, zombies, he's got to go take care of them on behalf of the church. So it's it's a straight up action adventure comic. I don't get too deep with the religious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Although that is my background. I went to Catholic school in the 80s, and so that's how I felt just so comfortable and natural, kind of writing with that in the background, with all the boom, pow, crash in the foreground that you get with action hero comic books. So That's kind of it in a nutshell. There's a lot of plot that I'm kind of holding back because I do want to have some twists and turns and surprises for the readers when it finally hits the market.
Something for yourself.
Yeah, man.
But no, I saw the cover art, and the cover art looks really amazing in my opinion. Like it would definitely, just seeing the cover, I'd be like, all right, issue 1, I'll go pick that up, make sure to check it out.
Yeah, so it's a graphic novel. I'm raising funds for it right now on Kickstarter. So I'm about, I think, 65% funded as of right now with like 30.
We just supported you.
Days left. What's that?
We just supported you.
Oh, nice. Right on, man. Appreciate it. Need more like that, man. I probably need $100 a day for the next month to meet the goal. But it's a graphic novel, six chapters, 140 pages, and the cover that you saw is amazing. My artist Joel Kotihar, he's in the Philippines. He does an amazing job, but I secured Mr. Paul Gullisy, who's just a legend in the industry, to do the cover, and arrived. It just arrived in the mail yesterday, and I was so pleased, man. I was like a kid on Christmas. Yeah, he did an amazing job. I mean, I told him, here's what I'm looking for, and he took a couple of liberties, but who's going to complain against Paul Gullisy, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Into his schedule. And it just looks amazing, man. It's his style is so provocative, and he was just the right guy. I mean, some of the elements of the cover, you got in the background outer space, you got the main hero in the middle, and then kind of these giant floating heads looking ominous over his shoulders, and you got the Pope over his right shoulder, and kind of a devil-looking character over his left shoulder. And in the background, you see this little typical gray alien in a spaceship, and so it just leaves kind of a lot to interpret and like, whoa, what's this all about? We framed it so like one of the planets or one of the moons is behind his head, so it looks like a halo, like in the old kind of Christian iconography. And so there's just a lot to chew on there with the cover with Paul, and so I'm hoping that'll draw people in. He's a big name guy, and there's a great story there behind the cover.
Wait, now let me ask you something. I mean, because I know that you won the contest with CW and Platinum Studios.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you do know. I mean, Image Comics was pretty much started for people like you.
Yeah, exactly.
So why did you choose to go the Kickstarter route as opposed to something like Image Comics?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you guys. There's a couple of reasons, right? Image Comics is just down the road from me in Berkeley, not very far from Oakland, and I actually met one of their guys the other day, Nick Dragotta, who draws East of West.
Okay.
And he took a look at the book, and he was fairly reserved, but he was complimentary of the art, and he was there to sign autographs for other people at the local comic shop. So I didn't really bother him too much. But I figured if he works for Image and he's working on a hot book, and he thought what I had was Image worthy, he would have pulled me aside and said, "Hey, give me a call later, would you? Or here's my card."
No, but but you got to go through the submission process. I don't think they.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And a lot of the big publishers, as you know, they don't take submissions. Some of the smaller guys, they do. And I've talked to some small publishers here and there over the years, and they'll kind of say the same thing, which is, "Hey, I like it. It's cool. It's got good art. It's got good action, but it doesn't fit our brand." And I kind of chuckle at that because it's like, some of you guys, the littler guys, you don't really have a brand per se. I mean, Image for sure, Dark Horse, and they have brands for sure. But some of the even guys you've never even heard of are telling me it's not good for their publication. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'll just do this on my own. That way, I can do it exactly the way that I want to do it.
All right, so it's an issue of control. That's what you're saying.
What's that?
It's an issue of control, retaining full creative control over it.
Yeah, creative control, and then rights down the road if someone wants to make a lunchbox out of it, or
a movie,
T-shirt, or a hat, or what have you. But I just really wanted to tell my story in only the way that I could, and I just knew that that would never happen if I started working with a medium or small publisher that would want to do things their way. And I wanted to tell my story. And
so the whole graphic novel is one self-contained story then.
Yes, it is one arc, and the way I built the world or the universe is that it can continue on and on and on, right? The lineage from the modern-day guy in today's, times goes all the way back to the Knights Templar or the Crusades, centuries ago, and it can continue on into the future forever and ever and ever. It can go sideways. I can do prequels. I can do sidebars. I can do one-shots. I mean, it's ripe and wide open for all kinds of stuff, and I have several ideas for what's next. Granted, I have some success with this first go at it with the graphic novel. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I want to ask you something because I've tried to do what you've done. I actually, and I'm not going to say his name because he actually did turn out to be a very nice guy, and I don't want and what I'm about to say is sort of off color, and it's not meant to tarnish his character, but I tried to have a professional artist who worked for Marvel and DC at least draw me the cover for a comic that I wanted to make, right? And I paid him up front.
Right.
I paid him up front. And the issue is that he was just getting so much other work, that my project just kept getting pushed to the back burner.
Yeah.
And it was like 6 months. So this guy is nowhere near as big as Paul Galassi. So how did you get Paul Galassi to do this for you?
My story is not unlike yours, my friend. I mean, I've been working on Paul for like 10 months. It was around Christmas time. I reached out to him and said, "Hey, this is what I'm looking to do. I'll pay your rate, whatever it is." He's like, "Well, I'm busy." I said, "Oh, I'm patient." And I would just keep popping in on him every month. "How's it going, Paul?" And we would have little conversations about football. He's a Raider fan like me, and he lives up in Portland, and he hates Seattle. I'm like, "Yeah, I get that. I'm from Oakland. I hate San Francisco." So, we just had an open dialogue for like almost a year. And finally, it just so happened after I started the Kickstarter, I check on him, and he goes, "Hey, I've got a tight window next week. Write down exactly what you need." I said, "Okay, well, I already sent that to you 6 months ago, so I'll just resend it, and here's some reference photos of my character, and here's what I'm looking for." And I gave him a bit of leeway. I said, "Okay, look, just get it done, and if you want to change a couple of things here and there, that's fine." And so, he's not going to be taking orders from me. So he said, "Yeah, here's my price. I can work on this tomorrow." And I was like, boom, done. And I even paid him a little bit extra beyond his rate. But I love Paul, man. He's so old school. Like, he uses AOL. He types his emails in all capital letters. He's like, "I'm not going to scan it for you. I'm just going to mail you the drawing." I'm like, this is so cool. But yeah, it arrived yesterday. I opened it up, and I was like, holy smokes, this is exactly what I was looking for from Paul. And it worked out. And, maybe I was a whisker away from it not working out because it just happened where he was in between two deadlines, and it just worked out beautifully. Otherwise I might be sitting there just like you. Hey, I paid him, and it didn't happen. And
I eventually got my money back. I mean, I left with no bad feelings, but I did have to say, look, give me my money back, or you're going to hear from the lawyer.
Well, at one point, Paul said, "Hey, I'm done with it. You're going to have to take it as is. It's in the mail." And I was like, "Paul, as is doesn't give me the warmest, fuzziest feelings." But I can do it just pulling my leg because it turned out beautiful. It was fully inked and everything, and he actually threw in an extra print for me and signed it to me. It was like a Catwoman, him and Palmiotti. And it's
cool.
got his signature on it, personalized to me. And he didn't have to do that. So.
Oh man, get that sucker framed.
No, so Omar, I mean, what do you? I mean, are you? Is this what you're really hoping for takes off? I mean, what are you doing right now for income, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I got a full-time gig, man.
Okay,
I've got a corporate job out here, and I've got 2 kids and a wife. So that is my number one income. Yeah.
None of these guys have kids. I'm all alone over here.
So it's a hobby for now, and really my goals are very humble for now, and that's to make my money back for the 5 years that I've invested, paying my artists and letterer and colorists, all of who are very talented guys, really deserve a lot of kudos when this thing hits the market. And so if I make my money back, great. If I make a lot more than what I expected to make, then hey, I'm coming with some sequels and prequels and all that kind of stuff. So I don't see it replacing my full-time job, but if it does, I'm not going to complain because it would be a dream come true.
Yeah, well, you know what?
So it's a passion then, basically, and then that's the right way to go about it, I think.
Yeah, I don't need it. It's not going to make or break me. If it has success, great. If it doesn't, I will have enjoyed every minute of it, to be honest with you. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, seeing my crude kind of pencil hand sketches like stick figures and then handing those over to my guy who turns them into beautiful art, and then he hands it over to Mike Dolce to add the colors, and then James Reed adds the letters. Every iteration, every kind of layer that gets added on, it's like seeing something born, 5 times. It's just amazing, and it just gets my juices flowing. So I love it, man. I could do it forever if I could afford to.
Yeah. All right, Omar, it is 8:30 here. And at 8:30, we do a movie quote. If you want to stick around and try and guess the well, you know what? If you guess it, I don't think we should have Omar guess it. But I still want him to hear it, though.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. That's because we give swag out to our listeners if they get the question correct. So it wouldn't be fair to our listeners to...
Yeah. Hey, man, if I win the prize, I can set it up as on my Kickstarter as a giveaway for somebody who plays. The Geek Blast official T-shirt. Get it now.
I'll tell you what, Omar. Here's what we do: is we play a movie quote, and it's technically from a comic book movie. And this month we're doing everything from the 80s.
All right, sweet. I'm down with that.
If people call in, and by the way, you can call in at 201-580-3712 to guess the movie quote. If you win, you get a prize from the Jedi Knight Academy. That
nice.
Type that into Facebook. It's the first one that comes up. All right. Yep. So you guys ready? We're going to play the quote.
Here we go.
All right.
And Omar, if you know it, just say you know it. Don't blurt it out.
Okay.
All right. And that goes for you, Toombs, too. All right. Here we go.
Of course not. And that is the whole problem with aliens, is you just can't trust them. Occasionally you meet a nice one, Starman, E.T., but usually they turn out to be some kind of big lizard.
All right.
I think I know it.
Okay. All right. We're trying to make it easy and gradually increase to difficulty levels here. Should we play it one more time?
Yeah. Play it again. I love that.
And it's a good one, isn't it?
Oh, that's good.
Of course not. And that is the whole problem with aliens, is you just can't trust them. Occasionally you meet a nice one, Starman, E.T., but usually they turn out to be some kind of big lizard.
Alrighty then.
All right, so Omar. So again,
that's great.
Again, if you want to guess the quote and win a prize, call in at 201-580-3712. And Omar, you got anything you want to promote? You want to give away your Kickstarter page, your official website, or anything?
Absolutely. So if you go to Kickstarter.com and you search Crusader, Cruzader, the full title is Crusader Agents of the Vatican, and it says covered by Paul Gulacy, or you can search my name as well, Omar Morales. You will see all the information there. I've got a video where I'm kind of pitching and talking about the story. It's got a ton of pages on it where you can see the artwork. And I put up a little video of me opening the Gulacy artwork and live reaction to opening it up for the first time. So all the information's there. I'll take any pledges, man. $1, $5, whatever. I need people to get behind it to make it happen. Thanks so much.
All right, man.
Oh, no problem. Hey, Omar, real quick.
Yeah.
Are we going to be 500 this year? What do you think?
Who, the Raiders?
Yeah, I'm in Jersey. I'm an Oakland fan. I've been an Oakland fan my whole life. So I'm just.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, buddy. Silver and Black Attack.
I'd be happy with 7 and 9, even 6 and 10. I mean, Terrell Pryor's hurt right now, so 8 and 8 does not look very likely. But they were just a whisker away from beating the Colts, man. If Janikowski wouldn't have missed that first field goal, we would have been in that.
Yeah,
right down
that's
to the
very
end.
true.
But the A's are hot, so that's good.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not a big baseball fan, but I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
All right,
No
Omar,
problem,
best
bro.
of luck to you, man. I really hope you're
Yeah, best
successful.
of luck. And I'm going to be picking it up.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
And
All right.
we've got a call.
For the movie quote, hopefully.
Welcome to KMTD Geek Blast. What's going on?
Yes, this is your Lord Doomhammer telling you to kill zombies responsibly. I think that the movie quote is from Ghostbusters.
Judges, what do you think about that?
Which, there was 2 of them. Which one are you talking
Yeah, I would
about?
have to say.
No,
which
wait,
one?
guys. Let the judge speak. Here's what the judge has to say. It's
man.
It's technically wrong, sir.
Technically wrong, sir. Next caller. Sorry. Try again.
Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
That was most definitely the Vermont guy, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
It sounded like him.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Yeah, it sounded like him.
All right. Well, I'm actually stumbled then because I thought it was Ghostbusters. All right, great.
I'm not telling you. I know.
Good.
Yeah, see, Dave understands what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, it's funny. So,
good job, Dave.
I want you to talk about GTA now, Tunes.
Okay.
I've been like freaking out over here.
You get all twitchy.
I do.
You know. Yeah,
I love that game.
First, I'm going to talk about a little controversy around GTA 5. Surprisingly, GTA 5 has disturbed enough people, who would have thought, to spark some annoying nitpicking.
Didn't all of them have controversy?
Yeah, they all did, I mean, going back to hot coffee, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But human rights groups are tweezing Rockstar due to a totally rad and joy feeling torture segment. So basically, you are forced to do the scene in order to progress through the game, which is fine with me. I guess with some people, it's a little disturbing, but
it's a game.
Yeah, it's a game, exactly. I mean, there's a lot worse. But basically, you have 2 options. One, jumper cables to the nipples, or the old muffler in the tailpipe.
Oh, fuck.
No, I'm kidding. No, it's old fashioned. Either sledgehammers or other weaponry. That's basically how you get your torture dealt. And then later on, you can inject your victim with adrenaline. So I don't know. That doesn't sound that bad to me.
But didn't you used to have like an adrenaline thing?
So that's the death penalty.
No, it wasn't. Wait. No,
I can't think of anything else.
That's not the death
They don't
penalty.
give you adrenaline for
That's
death
not
penalty?
the no.
Are you
They don't give you
serious, dude?
adrenaline. They don't inject you with adrenaline for the death penalty.
Wow, Michael, that's pretty bad.
That'd be like giving like making the Hulk angry, where you have him like slapping him in the face or something.
Give him more power. Yeah, basically.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the real. I want to say sodium pentothal, but I don't think that's right. I think that's like the
Sodium
truth serum
pentothal is
thing.
truth serum.
Right. Okay. That's what Coulson.
No,
does.
lethal injections is
What's the new guy's name? I don't remember his name in the show. What was his name?
I don't remember his name either right now. If you remember the guy's name that got injected with the truth serum, give us a call, as well as try to guess the movie quote. The number 201-580-3712.
But the way I look at GTA 5, if you don't like it, don't play it, man. Seriously. I mean, there's a lot worse out there.
It's
what
rated,
I mean?
right? I mean, it's
of course. And
all
look
rated.
at movies with other
Rated,
torture, like look at the Saw movies, the Hostel movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, that guy gets his pecker chopped off. You know what I mean? That's as extreme as it gets.
Yeah,
So
that's Lorraine Bobbish.
exactly, man. So I mean, it doesn't seem that bad to me. Whatever to the rights groups. So GTA 5, as a review, great game.
I say 10.
I give it close to it, buddy. Close to it. I mean, I give it like
beautiful. I mean,
it is. The more I play it, the more I see where the 260 million went.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's The knob is polished.
It's 100% chroming in your eyeball. Like,
It is.
It's crazy.
Gleaming the cube.
Yeah, it's gleaming the cube. Exactly.
It's quite polished, yes. The game is more alive than any other sandbox I've ever played. I mean, isolated mini situations are all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you climb a mountain, you'll see like an isolated group doing this or that. You know, it's
just the other day I was playing, right? Mm-hmm. And going down the road in the car that I jacked, obviously.
Yes, sir. No other way to do it.
This little blue blip pops up. Boop. So this chick's like, stop, somebody help me, So I jump out of the car, run over there, no problem. Nah, I didn't have my gun out, just regular old, I think I was the Franklin character or whatever, right?
Okay.
Jump out of the car, she's like, follow me. So I start running with her around this building. I get around this building, and there's these 3 dudes with machine guns.
Nice.
They jacked me, bro.
See, it's little random things like that that make the game
jacked me
great.
for all my cash. And I was like,
now, why wouldn't that be a red
blip?
blip?
That's what the online game is going to be
Oh,
like.
dude, it's going to be mayhem.
when it comes out.
Oh, it's going to be mayhem.
That's what it's
If you
gonna be.
play it, I'll play it, man. October 1st.
I'll
it's going to be madness.
Well, I have to just do it at this point because, like you were saying last time about
Picture real people
the,
controlling the GTA world.
Yeah, that's just
you know what I mean?
craziness.
They're not just standing there doing the same thing over and over again.
So but the one thing that's beautiful about GTA 5 is that
this game isn't like
it's
that.
not like that. It's very well polished.
It's not like 3. It's not like 3 or it's not like 4 where you know, you're eventually going to see that same weirdo walking down a block saying the same couple of lines. So far, I haven't
seen any repetition.
Have you? What's
the radio?
What's the TV like?
Oh, the TV's it doesn't have as many channels, believe it or not.
It only has a couple.
It only has a couple, but it still has a cartoon.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I did write about in my review, which you know, I was going to get to a little bit later, but I'll just tell you about it now, is the radio stations. I'm not very happy with them. There's only one rock station. I always kind of like my 90s rock station.
Yeah.
There's one rock station and 3 rap stations.
Yeah, but...
Come on, man. I mean, I like my rap, too, but...
Is the talk radio there or no?
Oh, yeah,
there's talk radio.
is there, always.
That's fine, that's fine, but...
Talk radio is the best.
The one rock station that's there is more like a 104.3 type deal, like Phil Collins meets Led Zeppelin meets whatever, which is great. I love rocking out to Phil Collins cruising up an isolated mountain, you know? I can feel it in the air tonight or whatever, but... You know, it doesn't have any. It doesn't have a relevant '90s rock station, which is
but for me, if I'm not listening to the talk radio, which because they still have Laszlo still around in the game, and that's the other thing I wanted to mention too about I love the fact of like I'm really like still in the very beginnings of the missions and stuff. I really haven't done too many because I get very sidetracked. I just run.
You beat around the bush a lot. I mean, I do too. I got to get every little task, every little.
Once I noticed that the map wasn't open. I was like, I gotta go make sure the map is open first. So I just drove.
Right.
For a couple hours.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a big map, dude. It's humongous. Bro. You got desert, you got mountains, you got
It literally
forests,
took me almost an hour to go from
one side to
once I got on the one side of the freeway, I went all the way up and around, and about an hour.
I just want to drop the show right now and go play. That's really what I want to do, but
you got GTA on.
But I don't know if you feel the same way, Dave. But I love the addition of the heists. I don't know if you really got too many. Too many of them.
I haven't. I just my girlfriend's playing the same time as I am, so she actually got farther along in the storyline than I did because, like I said, I get sidetracked. I have like ADD in Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
But she just started to put together like a team for one of these heists or whatever.
And that's cool. You could put a team together at all.
I mean, obviously the heist that went on in the beginning of the game, which also tell me that you weren't a little bit annoyed.
With the beginning?
I know I was.
Why? Refresh my mind.
It didn't take your system an hour to load?
In the very beginning?
Yeah, when you just put the disc in.
Well, it does it every time. It takes quite a bit of time for the loading.
It's so annoying,
it is.
Man.
It is. It's that initial load.
Well, that's what but it took literally an hour for this thing to load.
That's not right. That's not right.
You gotta get your R2 checked.
Oh, because you had to download the one disc first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. You have to download this one disc. So
now, is that only for the Xbox, the 2 discs? Because I have a buddy of mine who says that he's got the game also, but he's got it for PS3, and it was only 1 disc.
Blu-ray is a bigger disc.
Oh, that's right, because the PS runs on a Blu-ray
But also,
disc, right?
But this winds up actually doing the game more justice than running 1 Blu-ray disc. Because you're downloading so much of the information already from that disc, annihilating that gibberish. You know what I mean? So actually, you may play it on PS3 and have longer, random loading.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because once the initial load happened, like I said, it was an hour long. Maybe not an hour, maybe 45 minutes.
It was close to it. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But I forgot about that. That one disc.
Like I said, I just started playing it a couple days ago. Yeah, I just put the game in. I got it the day that it came out, obviously. I pre-ordered it, so I got the blimp, which I still can't find for some reason.
Did you download the card?
Oh, no, I don't think I did that.
Yeah, there's a card in the...
so I got to do that before I can even
It's in the case. It's mixed in with the
so
manual and map or whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
The map is huge.
It's a big map, man.
It's crazy.
I mean,
they
bigger than...
literally give you a map. Like when Skyrim, I mean, you played Skyrim, so Skyrim, they gave you a map in Skyrim, too. Yeah,
they give you an actual physical map in the box.
It's crazy.
Which is, it's huge,
good.
man.
Well, they gave you maps for the other, which one was,
the last one was 4.
I don't
the
think
one before that.
Did they give us a map for 4?
I think there was a map in the box and everything with.
Might have been for the original for San Andreas.
San Andreas, yes.
Yes, San Andreas.
For San Andreas, there was.
Too.
Well, and basically,
there was on the other side was like the poster.
Basically,
for the game,
5 is San Andreas, just beefed up. I mean, in my opinion, and I also thought it was cool that they're referencing that the game's been around so long now that they started to reference characters from other games.
Did you hear them talk about Lost and Damned?
Yeah,
yeah.
And you also
Lost and Damned are getting back together again. They're actually becoming a strong gang again.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then they also like the one mission where the guy was starting to put together the heist. They were talking about he's putting together the crew before you actually did that.
Right.
They were talking about let's get the old school guy, man. They're all dead, blah blah blah. They were
what about that guy Nico in Liberty City?
Yeah,
no, I heard he's
and then the Irish guys,
Mm-hmm.
right? The Irish guys. They were from which one were the Irish guys from?
I don't know, man.
They were from 3, I think, because that was also Liberty City, but that was Liberty City on PS2.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Right?
That was way back. I can't even remember.
But I thought it was so cool how they've been around that long now that they can take these characters and like somewhat incorporate them all into this one huge game.
Yeah. Yep. Overall, man,
Dave's been spending his time frequenting the strip clubs.
Oh, which is just
which I haven't even stepped foot in one yet, so I don't know. I mean,
after I got robbed that day, I was like, "Yo,
you got nothing left.
I got nothing left. I got to go to the strip club. I got to drink." I also found
playing it like real life, man. You're playing it
I also
like real
found
life.
out. Check it out. I don't know if you've done this yet either. When you're Franklin, right? Because I really haven't played as the Michael guy yet, right?
Right.
So I went home to save it, and I'm like, all right, let me check the TV out and all. So I sat on the couch, and then this thing came up where you could like literally
smoke a spliff.
You could smoke a spliff.
What?
And then once you smoke the spliff, right,
the room starts getting all
you start talking gibberish.
Yup.
You start talking about stupidness, and then obviously, the controllers now, they all vibrate and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the controller starts to vibrate in your hand, and then the screen kind of goes weird on you, it goes all fuzzy and weird colors, and you're like, what the hell's going on right now?
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't remember many games you actually smoke a spliff. I mean, there's numbers in many games where you could drink alcohol, but to actually smoke reefer in a game,
that's kind of crazy. And my girlfriend told me that later on, you meet a dude in the park who's trying to do some medical marijuana thing.
Yes, and you fight aliens.
See, I haven't even gotten there yet, but it sounds hysterical. I can't wait to do it.
Now you and Diana are playing the same load game?
Well, what do you mean? No. She's playing her own
separate games.
She's got her own avatar.
Good. So you're not going to miss it.
Oh, hell no.
Good.
No, we figured that out a long time ago when we first decided to play Skyrim, and then found out that we were saving over each other's games.
Right.
Oh man,
that's not good, but it happens. It happens.
Hey guys.
What's up?
As much as I enjoyed the conversation, I'm still waiting for Tomb's review.
I know. I'm trying. It's hard to cast the guys. They're excited. Yeah. All right. Graphics, crisp, fluent for the most part. Occasionally you will get your jumble of graphics, but that's because the game is so big and so, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens in that type of game. But for the most part, it is the most polished sandbox I've ever seen. I mean, there's moments where you'll stare across the vista at a mountain and you just wow it. You get that wow feeling. Music is good. Like I said, I wish there was more rock stations. I feel like it's kind of biased towards rap stations. There's 3 against 1. I like my...
It does take place in the West Coast, though.
That doesn't matter. Come on. Think of what's in the West Coast. You got Hollywood. You got everything's there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Rock as a whole is there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, overall, great game. I give it a 9.7. And it's a must-buy for either system, for 360 or PS3. If you have either system, go out, get it.
Now, I heard that they were coming out with the both of them for the new systems, too, though, right?
No.
They're not?
Not from what I heard. It may be ported over later, but right now, no, I haven't heard anything about that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and online, Grand Theft Auto Online should be, something pretty awesome, too. That'll be October 1st.
October 1st, that comes out. Yeah.
So to get Mike into his movies, I watched Revolution first episode the other day. It was pretty good. Did either one of you guys watch it? First episode?
I have not. I have it on the DVR. I do want to watch it. But I mean, we can still talk about it because I do love that show.
Well, something quite wacky.
Anything that Abrams does, I just
from where it left off,
I geek out on it.
Last season.
Dude, it jumps 6 months later.
Okay, so it's 6
yeah.
months.
So once you start this new season, it's gonna be like 6 months later.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah,
they
there's
don't
this
show you
whole
any of the aftermath then, basically.
not yet so much. So they will though. You know how they
they're
drizzle
going to do
that
it in
shit? They drizzle
flashback
it in,
action
you know?
like they did with Lost.
Yes, yes, probably. They did it also with the first season. They did a lot of flashback stuff, to him being boys with Monroe and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a couple things. There's some. Our group is trying to save the ladybug community for some reason. The whole show is just about saving ladybugs.
Ladybugs?
No, I'm kidding. It was about fireflies. Yeah, I don't know why, but some reason they have something to do with the I don't know, electricity.
Hey, Toombs, I don't mean to interrupt you, but we have a call. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, let's take it, man.
Let's take the caller.
Yep.
All right, you're on
Geek Blast.
You're on KMDD Geek Blast.
Hey guys, it's Danny from Jedi Knight Academy.
What's up, man?
How are you, man?
What's up? How you guys doing?
All right.
Good. So I hear you're 43 G's and growing.
Yeah, actually 44 as we speak.
Wow.
44, nice, man.
Wow, man.
Super growth.
What's that? Like a month, right?
Yeah, it's going
like
going
20,000
crazy. It's like 10,000 in the last week.
Nice.
Whoa.
Now, what kind of pills do you take for this?
And by the way, Danny, you're welcome.
It's all because of us. All because of us, man.
Nah.
No, but good.
Did anybody win
We're happy for you.
Did anybody win the question tonight yet?
No,
Not yet.
Somebody came close.
Do you know it?
Yeah, I do. I think, but I'm not going to guess it.
Would you like to win one of your own T-shirts?
Yeah.
And then send it to yourself.
And then send it to yourself.
Yeah.
Pretty easy task.
In a women's size.
Oh.
That's
But yeah, if there is anybody out there that
does know the movie quote, give us
Yeah,
a call.
201-580-3712. And Danny, what are you projecting? Like, what do you think in another month? I mean, if it grew 20,000 in 1 month,
Yes.
that's a lot of growth.
I don't
And
really-
the funny thing is,
so
I type
crazy.
Jedi Knight Academy into the search, and the only other thing that really comes up, and it has like 46,000 likes, and it's
With one person talking about it.
What's that?
I know what you're talking about. That's like another page, but then if you look at the likes,
It's not a
They
page.
paid
It's
for their-
I'm sorry. It's a page of
Yeah.
a video game, and it's the
Yeah, but-
Jedi
Yeah,
Knight
so-
Jedi Academy video game.
Oh.
Yeah.
So do they
Yeah,
kind of get
that's-
confused
that's
with
old.
each other?
That was like 03 is when that game came out,
Yeah.
and they have 46,000 likes on their video. Yours is only that's outrageous growth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is, man. I wish I could grow
Yo,
like that.
congratulations. And it's
Yeah,
hysterical.
thank you.
The whole thing
It's
is
crazy. Like
hysterical,
this,
in my
I
opinion.
got up today and there was like 22,800. It just said 2.8K on the. Well, you guys know you got a Facebook page. You know where
Yeah.
they.
Well, it's only going to get more.
It's
You're only going to get more and more, dude.
Yeah,
You know, it's just going to get bigger. The more people, you know.
Exactly. The content is
The content is hilarious.
is priceless. I mean,
Yeah.
what was the one I couldn't stop laughing at that my brother showed me?
Was it Party on Darth?
No,
Yeah,
no,
Party on Darth.
not Party on Darth. There was the one
Party
with
on Darth.
it was the Emperor and
Oh,
it was the Emperor.
it was the Emperor and Vader standing in the window.
standing in the window, looking out at space. And what did he say?
Oh,
He
did you
said,
ever
Did you ever force choke yourself while masturbating?
I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
hysterical.
That is funny.
They make me laugh too, guys. Trust me.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean,
I haven't put a
you
lot of
probably
work into it, but I like it because it keeps me. It's just funny, you know. I like making people laugh. I guess.
I mean, there's nothing healthier, man.
Now, are these like this is all like you search for these things, and people send them into you also, right?
Oh yeah, do you make your own?
Both. Like I search for them, and the fans participate a lot. That's the big thing about our page. Like
Right.
our likes are growing real fast, but I just checked like our the reach is more important. Like how many people are talking about it and interacting with the page.
Mm-hmm.
right.
154,000.
Nice.
Yes, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which
got a
means
good
it's going to
niche
keep
there,
growing,
dude.
I guess. I don't know. It's
Because you got to think about it. Think about all the people that are going through the page, but they're not actually hitting that like button.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's much more. You know, than
I think a lot of
I was a
people.
like-hater.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people don't realize it.
exactly.
If they hit the,
So
they'll get all the posts.
People would
that's
send
probably
me
an
like
accurate number
requests.
then.
People
You know?
would send me like requests, and I wouldn't even bother with it. And I would
Yeah,
just
me
hate on
neither.
and like it.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
I don't know why, but it's just like something that I did, and then I eventually stopped doing that. But
Right.
because I want people to like our page.
That's
But,
true. But you got to do unto others, right? The golden rule.
But yeah, the Jedi Knight Academy Facebook page. That you guys are selling T-shirts. You got hoodies now,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
you got a bunch of stuff going on. It's a funny page. So if you
Check it
haven't
out.
checked it out, check it
Definitely.
out. Jedi Knight Academy on Facebook.
It's worth it.
And,
You'll laugh your buttocks
so-
off.
Your buttocks
I just
will
wanted to say
quiver.
one thing with
Sure.
when you go to this Facebook bar to search Jedi Knight Academy, it's under we're the one out of Elyria, Ohio, and it's arts and entertainment.
Yeah, you're the first one that comes up, though.
Yeah, you're the first one that comes up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So no worries there, bro.
No worries, buddy.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for having
And,
us on.
hey,
Oh,
Danny,
no problem, man. Thanks
Danny,
for
thanks for
sponsoring
the whole
our
time.
movie trivia.
Yeah, thanks for sponsoring the prizes. All right, Danny.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, take care,
Fuck,
bro.
Dan. Have a good one, man.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
back
the
to
talking-
Revolution here.
All right, real quick. So far, I don't know. It's going on a different. It's taking a different route. You know, like I said, it has something to do with fireflies
Sounds
generating electricity. I don't
Sounds
know.
like typical Abrams second season. stuff for
Exactly,
me.
exactly. Adam, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm sorry, but Adam actually dies at the end of the episode.
Adam is who again?
The nerd.
The nerd.
The guy with
Oh,
the beard. But then it shows the next episode, and he's like, "What happened to me?" Yeah. So he comes back to life.
Oh, because she brings him back.
No, because they
Because that's
No, she doesn't.
No, they didn't. They turn the power on.
Yeah.
All right. And the nanites that are in the atmosphere
Exactly, yeah.
won't let anybody die.
Right, but it seems to like.
And I didn't even watch it.
But why is it going on? Like he's so confused. Like why is this happening?
Because
to
he's
me?
a
All
moron.
these weird things are happening.
Obviously.
He's
I
actually
don't
a
know.
smart guy.
But Monroe,
Yeah.
Monroe, he's become kind of like a rogue guy,
Oh,
and he
really?
gets taken in by a bunch of bounty hunters.
Oh, nice.
So that's where that show is going. You got anything, Michael?
Bounty Hunters. Wow. I'm sad I missed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what,
I'm a
Bounty
big
Hunters.
Bounty Hunter fan.
Yeah. I am too, actually.
There's only so much that happens in the first episode. You know, a lot of questions.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, it was like S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of... It was a teaser. For me, it was a teaser. Like,
Right.
straight up. It was great.
Yeah, it was.
I wanted
Of
it
course.
to be 3 hours long. Like... But, I mean...
What did they shoot him in the head with?
The sleepy time gun.
That was, yeah.
At first, I thought he was dead. I'm like, what the heck? And then all of a sudden, it turned blue or whatever. And then I was like, all right, you can't.
Well,
I think it was like the solution.
The two geeks figured out a
Yeah,
way
it
to
was the,
neutralize him from blowing himself
serum.
up.
Fitzsimmons.
Unbeknownst to him, he was going to blow up.
Right.
Because the dude that blew up
But yet,
inside
all the
the
time
thing.
he hadn't looked in a mirror to see his face glowing bright red. You know.
Well, I mean, you know...
or
it is-
feel it.
wouldn't
Jesus,
like
I
me
think
when
you'd
I'm
feel
angry.
something
You
like
would
that.
think.
Yeah.
You think you'd be getting hot flashes or
Yeah,
something.
man, like a crazy fleshy hemorrhoid or
I'd be
something.
like, whoa, wow, man, I'm really hot.
Did you guys see the Thor trailer that just came out?
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yep.
It gave me the willies. at
Why?
the end.
The willies?
Yeah, like the excited willies, you know?
I thought
You
it
know
was
what I'm
great
talking
when
about.
she runs up and punches Loki in
That's
his
for New
face.
York.
That's for New York. And he's like, I
Yeah.
like her.
He's
Wait,
like,
that's not the new. That trailer's been out for a while.
I just saw it. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, that's the extended.
Yeah,
I
there's
saw
an
the
extended
extended
one,
one.
yeah.
There's an
Yeah.
extended one that it's a lot longer.
Yeah. And it's got it's got more content in it.
Right.
It looks great. And
Well, it
from
comes
what I
out too in
understand, it's
November.
going to be right from where like Avengers like they disappear, and it's just going to start off from there.
Yeah.
And they're going back to Asgard.
Right. Well, that's what they're going to do with all their movies.
Yeah.
And also, not to jump on your stuff, Mike, but the on the Blu-ray of Iron Man 3, they have a new one-shot, which I haven't seen yet, and I want to see it. But you have a Blu-ray player, right?
Everything's in storage. I don't have anything.
Oh. I'll have to go to Jared's or Toombs' to to watch it.
Come
So
on
he's got
over,
a-
laddies.
he's
Trying to
got a
get you over there
Blu-ray.
anyway, you know? Multiple reasons, you know? But, Thor, was that out November?
Yeah, I think
November 8th.
November 8th.
November 8th.
Yeah.
I'll
November
write it
8th.
in.
So it's like right in
I
the.
won't be able to go see it that day.
Why?
Maybe
What do you have scheduled on November 8th?
There's a certain special person's birthday that day. So,
Oh no!
yeah.
Maybe we can get her to go to the movies.
That'd be a great birthday for her.
Carrie Fisher? Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is it?
Make sure you wear the slave outfit.
No, jeez, I'm not going.
But also, The Walking Dead comes back in October.
Mm-hmm.
Walking Dead.
We're gonna have like a.
Did you know there's gonna be a spin-off series of that?
Yeah, I heard
show?
that.
What's that?
I did hear about that.
I don't know. There's no name or anything for it. It's
Well, no,
just
because
talks.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen like super soon. I think it's gonna be like after this season, and maybe another season that comes out before they actually get it going. But it's from what I've heard is that it's gonna be like other people that are already in the group and shit or stuff. Their story and how they got there. So a lot like what the video games are doing. Like I don't know if you played any of the there's two.
Was it Merle and what's his name had a game?
Well, that was the first actual game. All the other games that were out they all came out like as episodic little games, like downloadable games. There was one whole storyline with a black dude and a little girl. I forget what his name was, and I forget what the girl's name was. But
Did you ever play it?
I have the first one. It was awesome.
I played through about 4 of the chapters.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute, Dave. Let me. I downloaded that game too, and I cannot stand these games that like your choose one of the 4 options. And
I love that. I think it has depth.
I can't stand that.
Oh, I like that.
You know why I love that Stinkfist? Because it brings me back to a place in my childhood of, I don't know if you would, my brother might because he grew up with me, and same thing with Toombs. Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yeah, no, I remember those. I used to.
Yeah. See, and for me, that's with that type of a game. That's where my mind automatically goes back to that.
It affects the outcome greatly. Why have just one straight linear path? You know what I mean? I love those multiple choices.
What I'm saying is that there's like no point.
Because that means you can go back. That's got replayability in my
Mass
opinion.
Effect is like that, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has lots of choices.
I'm trying, bro.
Now you're on GTA. You're all messed up.
I need I'm playing like.
Remember when I was talking about development issues?
Oh yeah.
Just real quick, they're already having problems converting these new systems into true HD quality.
Right.
Like they had with the past systems, like PS3, every game was like 720p.
Yeah.
They should not be having these reoccurring issues where it's not true HD. I don't know, it drives me nuts. These are brand new systems. You know what I mean? Modern systems.
So
it should be
TVs
focusing on 4K, which they are, which is the new resolution.
TVs are always like overabundant, right? In the hurt.
Yeah, but this is getting ridiculous. You can't nail 1080p?
Yeah.
Come on, like seriously? So
A lot of smart people.
And 30 frames per second? Come on, man. You know, like half the games you play, like you play God of War, that's 60 frames per second. You know what I mean? But they have issues with some games getting it to run that smoothly.
Yeah.
But these new systems, no, there shouldn't be an issue. And I think developers are getting lazy. You know, but it's always something that bothered me. You know, my whole PS3 library runs through at 720p, but yet my Xbox 360 library runs through at 1080p. So
I'm getting a message.
Are you?
Oh wait, we hear.
We
I
heard.
think that's time. So if you guys are out there, have a great night. And come back next week.
Come back next.
I'm Lord Vader and I give respect. Your planet and your life is what I expect. Cape on my back, cable box on my chest, leather pants on my death, hot oil on my breath. You'll be jealous of my boots, jealous of my gloves, jealous of my belt with my blinking lights. I'm the Dark Lord with the power to dismiss two people's skills like the Bantha piss. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. It's the Emperor coming.